What is the best way to rank large language models? Just let them battle it out in an arena. It is Thursday, August 22nd, 2024, and this is episode 98 of Yay Space, the tech review, your go-to source for the latest in innovation, technology, and social media. I'm Tarek Madani Mamlouk, your trusted innovation engineer. After a long break, we're trying a slightly different format today. It's just me this time, but Chatbot Arena is such an important topic that I had to record this episode for you. If you're in tech, you've probably been asked which LLM is the best. A tough question to answer. How can we really tell if an AI model is effective? At first glance, it seems simple. Run some tests, compare the results to correct answers, and you're done, right? But the reality is far more complicated. Traditional AI evaluation relies on static benchmarks, essentially a set of predefined questions and answers. Models are scored based on how well their answers match this ground truth. It sounds straightforward, but here's where things start to unravel. Static benchmarks are like trying to hit a moving target with a snapshot. They capture a frozen moment, offering only a narrow view of what an AI model can do. In real-world scenarios, AI doesn't deal with fixed, predictable questions. It faces dynamic, open-ended challenges that demand flexibility and a deep understanding, things static benchmarks often miss. As benchmarks become more common, they can get contaminated. AI models, especially those trained on vast datasets, might encounter benchmark questions during their training. This leads to overfitting, where the model performs well on the test but flops in real-world situations. It's like a student who crams for an exam without really understanding the material. Even when we try to create more sophisticated benchmarks, another issue crops up: defining a solid ground truth. For many tasks, especially in natural language, there isn't always a single correct answer. Language is fluid, context matters, and subjectivity plays a big role. Relying solely on predefined answers can give a skewed picture of an AI's abilities. To complicate things further, AI is evolving at breakneck speed. Models that were cutting edge yesterday might be old news tomorrow. This rapid advancement makes static benchmarks quickly outdated, unable to keep up with the latest AI capabilities. So where does that leave us? Traditional methods for evaluating AI models are falling short. We need a new approach, one that can handle the complexity and dynamism of real-world AI applications. We need to assess not just whether an AI can get the right answer, but whether it aligns with human preferences and delivers real value. That's where platforms like Chatbot Arena come into the picture. Evaluating AI isn't just an academic exercise, it has real-world implications for developers, business leaders, and end users alike. If we can't trust our evaluations, how can we trust the AI? So, what is Chatbot Arena? At its core, it's an open crowdsourced platform that evaluates large language models based on human preferences. Unlike traditional benchmarks, which rely on static datasets and predefined answers, Chatbot Arena takes a live, dynamic approach to assess how well AI models perform in real-world situations. Imagine a platform where anyone can log in, interact with two AI models, and decide which one gives the better response. That's the essence of Chatbot Arena. It's a straightforward concept, but incredibly powerful. Why is this approach so powerful? To understand, let's look at the problems it solves. First, it tackles the issue of static evaluation. Traditional benchmarks are like trying to hit a moving target. They're limited and quickly outdated. Chatbot Arena flips this by using live, real-time questions. Users aren't stuck with a fixed set of queries. They can ask anything they want, just like in real-world conversations. This means the evaluation is always fresh, adapting to the questions people actually care about today. Second, Chatbot Arena addresses the problem of ground truth. In many AI tasks, especially involving natural language, there isn't a single correct answer. Responses can be nuanced and subjective. By using pairwise comparisons where users choose between two responses, Chatbot Arena leverages human intuition. It's not about which answer fits a checklist, but which one feels more helpful, accurate, or insightful. Another key aspect is diversity. Traditional benchmarks have a limited scope. They can't capture the full range of real-world interactions. Chatbot Arena thrives on diversity because it's open to everyone. This brings in users from different backgrounds, ensuring that AI models are tested against a wide variety of queries, from simple factual questions to complex discussions. Another amazing feature is that Chatbot Arena anonymizes the AI models during voting. When users cast their votes, they don't know which model they're evaluating, whether it's from a big name like OpenAI or a newer, lesser-known model. This anonymity eliminates bias, ensuring that votes are based solely on the quality of responses, not the brand behind them. Since its launch, Chatbot Arena has collected over 240,000 votes from about 90,000 users, covering more than 100 languages. This isn't a small experiment, it's a large, dynamic platform with a truly global perspective. By drawing on such a diverse pool of data, Chatbot Arena provides a much more accurate picture of how AI models perform across different contexts and cultures. At the core of Chatbot Arena is a simple yet highly effective method: pairwise comparison. When you log into Chatbot Arena, you're greeted with a straightforward interface where you can enter any question or prompt. No restrictions on type or complexity. This freedom is one of the platform's key strengths, as it mirrors real-world interactions by allowing users to ask the kind of questions they'd naturally pose in a conversation with an AI. Once you submit your prompt, Chatbot Arena randomly selects 2 AI models to generate responses. These models are kept anonymous during the interaction to eliminate any bias. You then see the 2 responses side by side, and your task is simple. Decide which one you prefer. You're not asked to rate the responses on a scale or judge them against strict criteria. Instead, you make a choice based on your own instincts. Which response was more helpful? Which felt more accurate or insightful? Your preferences guide the decision. After making your choice, you cast your vote. Only then does Chatbot Arena reveal the identities of the AI models, ensuring that your decision was based solely on the quality of the responses without any preconceived biases. But what happens to these votes? Each one contributes to a growing dataset that shows how different models perform in head-to-head comparisons. As more users participate and more votes are cast, Chatbot Arena builds a detailed and ever-evolving picture of each model's strengths and weaknesses across a wide range of scenarios. To manage this data, Chatbot Arena uses advanced statistical techniques. A core method is the Bradley-Terry model, a well-established approach for ranking items based on pairwise comparisons. In simple terms, this model helps estimate the probability that one model will outperform another in any given comparison. The platform uses a sophisticated sampling algorithm to decide which model pairs to compare next. This isn't random. The algorithm selects pairs that will most efficiently refine the rankings. As more data comes in, the system gets better at distinguishing between models, even with a relatively small number of comparisons. Another key aspect is vote validation. Chatbot Arena recognizes that human preferences can be subjective. People can make mistakes or simply have different opinions. To ensure the reliability of the evaluations, the platform regularly compares crowdsourced votes with expert assessments. These experts follow the same process but with more rigor, often fact-checking and analyzing responses in greater depth. The strong consistency between crowdsourced and expert evaluations highlights the reliability of the data collected. Beyond just collecting votes, Chatbot Arena also gathers rich metadata about each interaction, such as the prompt, response length, complexity, and the language used. This data helps understand not just which models are better, but why they're better. It offers insights into how different models handle various queries, whether they excel at concise, factual answers or shine in creative, open-ended responses. That's it for today. Thanks for listening to Yay Space. If this was valuable for you, you should subscribe to us so that you never miss an episode. Stay awesome!